happened there with the situation. But Rashee Rice has found himself in another predicament of being um, on the wrong side of the law, with being allegedly striking a photographer in a club on Monday nighttime. And now it comes to the situation of what's going to happen with Rasheen Rice and what's ultimately going to happen with these NFL off seasons. Activity that's going on. It seems like every single year we have a star player or a player involved in an incident. So let's talk about Rasheen Rice, and then we'll kind of just talk about the NFL conduct policy to see kind of where our opinions lie. But what are your whole thoughts on the Rasheen Rice situation? Coming from just this is a fan,
Chiefs fan? Is that what you're
and a
talking?
Chiefs
A
fan
Chiefs
too, I
fan?
guess. Shout out to the Chiefs. This guy.
Yeah, just gotta put the um, championship on there. Just remind us how things were going. We were had our worst offensive season and still in the Super Bowl, and we were all pretty feeling pretty good. You know, and then Rashee Rice happened. This offseason has been really troublesome for this kid. Someone needs to sit him down. Someone on the Chiefs. I don't know who. Maybe Mahomes. Maybe Chris Jones, Kelsey. Someone needs to tell this guy to just sit down and your off season's over. Like it's just over, man. Like lock him in some type of football thing. Tell make heck. We got camp now, dude. Like, cause he's just gonna get in more and more trouble. It seems like. Can he stay out of trouble? Like it
I
doesn't
don't
seem
know.
like it.
Honestly,
It doesn't seem like it. And two, man, someone needs to investigate this kid's friends because if his friends
yeah.
aren't helping to keep him out of trouble, like I mean, they're around him. Yeah, someone should talk some sense to him. There needs to be some type of guy that in his friend group that says, "Hey, this is a bad idea," or "Let's not do this." Having a no guy could be really good for him. And if he
I mean, how
can't,
many no guys can you have though? I mean, this guy. I mean, at some point you
it
run
seems
out
like
of
he
no
has
guys.
zero. It seems like he has zero no guys.
That's what I'm saying.
He needs.
Like, I
I'm saying
mean,
he needs one. He needs
well,
one.
I mean, this one's kind of tough because you hit a photographer, so I'm assuming there is like photographic, like proof of it. This guy may be broke by the end of his first contract. Like he's gonna get like because he's gonna get sued from those people in that accident, right? Maybe his insurance take care of it, but most of the stuff is gonna be have to be handled with his personal cash. And then this right here, this is going to be a six-figure lawsuit, most likely. And then also, even if they're misdemeanor charges, they're going to be charges. So you're going to have some type of record in Texas. This guy just needs to leave the state of Texas. Like he legit needs to leave and never come back. He needs to stay in Kansas City, live with Patrick Mahomes. Say, Patrick, can I live in your backyard, please, so I don't get in trouble? And see what Patrick Mahomes says because this guy's too good of a talent, too good of a player to continuously get in trouble over and over again.
Yeah, I just don't. I just don't get it at this point.
Yeah. My whole thing about the NFL, and this is where I wanted to kind of lead the conversation, is just the NFL personal conduct policy within the NFL. And why do NFL players continuously get suspended every single year? And I wanted to ask you just before I, get into particular topics or like specifics, what are your thoughts on just the whole players waiting to get charged or waiting to get like, waiting to see what the law does before they actually start to before the league punishes the player because that's pretty much what Roger Goodell's go to saying is, and honestly Adam Silver too. Like, hey, we're not gonna get involved until the law does their due diligence. First off, what are your thoughts there in that front? Because I want to hear your thoughts there because I have some opinions on my own there.
Well, I mean, you can't. I guess these leagues are in a tough spot. I imagine, Joseph, because I mean, I can say, Patrick Mahomes punched me, and that gets out. The police charge him with punching Zachary Evans. This league suspend. They should suspend him. You're saying like right away without letting the the legal process play out. Because I mean, I'm far away. I'm states away from this guy. He didn't hit me, but I'm just making stuff up just to get people suspended. I mean, I feel like that's too dangerous, man. Like
Yeah.
as ugly as it is, I think it's an imperfect process, but sometimes these guys are because you don't want to be like the MLB, right? Where what was it, Bauer, the pitcher
Oh,
for the
Trevor Bauer,
Dodgers?
yeah, Trevor Bauer,
Yeah,
yeah.
like the woman lied on him and he lost, he had a huge contract and he's out
And
millions and millions of dollars.
Trevor Bauer has had a lot of other sexual harassment claims besides this girl's. Just wanted to throw that out there. But
But
go
for the
ahead,
one
Charles.
that
What
they kicked him out the league for, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like stuff like that happens, and I don't know. I just feel like at the end of the day, you have to let the legal process play out before making a decision.
I agree. I agree because you can't just make rash decisions because what if
Unless
it's
it's
a
graphic and like stuff like Rashee Rice, right?
yeah, that's what I was
Like
gonna
that
get
was
on.
stuff. Yeah, if it's
And
like
that's
that
yeah,
one,
and
it's
that's
like,
kind of where
oh,
I'm getting. If it's caught on video,
you know,
if he admits to the crime, what are you ultimately waiting for? Like would Roger Goodell say, "Oh, well, this guy's about to get in trouble again. Let me just wait for him to make another mistake." Like I think what would happen if Rashee Rice would have been suspended indefinitely, or he would have been suspended for 8 games. Rashee Rice would, okay, I gotta get my shit together. Let me not go out and do crazy stuff. Let me just stay in Kansas City and just work out and train, or let me stay in Texas and work out and train. What if you suspend him and then now he has his head right? He's like, okay, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna do anything. But then you don't suspend him, and now the kind of shoe falls. And listen, I'm not defending Rashee Rice. I'm not putting blame on the NFL at all. So don't take it that way, people, when you're listening to this. But I'm just trying to draw another perspective because of like nothing's working right now for the NFL because this is happening continuously every single year of misconduct happening year in and year out, player by player, multiple players. Right now, it's only Rashee Rice right now. That's in an involvement. But let's be honest, we're gonna get someone else in the NFL that's gonna be out, and we're gonna be talking about the same thing over and over again. So my thing is essentially right now, nothing's working and nothing has been working. And this is probably the only thing that the NFL is doing wrong right now is their addressing of the conduct policy. And we thought we fixed it with the domestic violence situation when the Ray Rice situation happened. And say, hey, if you're even charged with domestic violence, you are going to suspend it, right? You're getting
so
suspended. It
here's
doesn't
so what's your
matter.
solution, my friend? I'm curious.
So no, I don't have a solution. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I just don't. If you were to put me on the spot, like right now, and ask me what my solution is, I would probably say one of the things I'd probably stipulate is if there's video evidence of you being at the scene of a crime, then you get suspended, not indefinitely, but you get suspended or you get put on an exempt list. So you can't participate in off-season programs, you can't participate in training camp until there's some type of formal investigation done by the league or by the government. Sort of like how the
Yeah,
Josh Giddey situation worked with the NBA. Now, listen, I'm not defending Josh Giddey at all, so don't take it that way, people. But the NBA made it so like, hey, we're gonna wait for the family to press charges, them to investigate. But what they should have done, in my opinion, were to suspend him until that procedure was done. Because what if he was guilty of the crime? Then you're kind of like, okay, well, we let this guy who was doing inappropriate, things play basketball while he was being investigated
sure.
for. So I think there needs to be some type of, I hate to say the word, but I guess Miranda rights in terms of like knowing hey, if I do this, or kind of like letting the people know, like, hey, like since you did this crime, since you're being charged with this crime, are unable to do these activities that are falling line. Now, I wouldn't suspend the person from getting paid. I wouldn't make it so they couldn't play in games. But like we're just talking about off season, remove them from off-season activities because I think that's punishing the team. And in return, that could be turned to conduct detrimental to the team. And then that gives the team leverage to say, like, hey, you know what? We can suspend this guy for doing conduct that is detrimental to the team, and they can suspend him without pay or they can suspend him with pay. But then you're putting
Hmm.
the ball more in the team's hand opposed to the league's hand.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got nothing on that one, man.
All right. Well, NFL. Anything else you want to talk about with the NFL related? I think that was the only thing I had to touch on with the NFL. I know we wanted to adjust the 2021 draft class, but we're not ready for that. I don't have that up. But is there anything else you want to adjust with the NBA? I mean, in NFL.
No, that's it, man.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. As always, like, subscribe, share, and hit that right bell or hit the bell on the right hand side. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and check you guys next time.
Later.